Hello, the PSN community. I'm Ashley, the community manager, and today we are joined by the head honcho of finance success and repossession rescue, Trish McGirr. Trish will be joining us on the 10th of August at our PSN Northwest event, where she is one of the guest speakers. Welcome, Trish. It's great to have you.
Hi, Asif. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
I'm apologising in advance because my little voice is a bit hoarse because I was at my son's wedding and I sang to the point where my voice broke. So apologies if I sound a bit whatever. So I'm having my honey and lemon here now to keep me going.
Don't worry about it. We'll get through it. So,
We
Trish,
will.
tell us about yourself and what is it that you do?
Right. So, as I say, if people have been around PSN for a while, they'll know that obviously I'm involved with PSN with yourself and Steve. And PSN fits under the finance success part of the business. But I obviously also have a business of my own, and that's Repossession Rescue, who I am representing. And if I'll go back real quick, sort of my background started off in the NHS. My professional background was in the NHS. I was a mental health nurse specialist. And I did that for nearly 15 years before I left the NHS. So mental health has always been something that I, not only studied, but, was my profession. I'm also a qualified therapist, although I don't offer therapy anymore. I probably need it sometimes myself.
Yeah.
And I came into property after I left the NHS. I worked for a local authority for 4 years before I left completely and set up a consulting business. And my consulting business was all about, funny enough, it was all about teaching staff and training staff and improving systems and improving things, making things better. It's always been my thing. And when I set up my consulting business, I wanted to start a pension plan. And that's how I got involved in property. So it seems like a really curvy way to get into property. But for me, it wasn't a great passion about property. It was simply to make sure that I had something to fall back on when I got old and grey-haired, which I am now. So that's why I got involved in property. Purple hair. Well, there's always a bit of purple in there. So that's it. And Repossession Rescue was born out of the very first 2 properties I ever purchased had both been repossessed. And I came across a lot of people over the years who were in the same situation or similar situation to me. And it combined my love of helping people with my understanding of mental health and money problems and my love of property. And it was just a perfect fit.
Brilliant. So you've already talked a little bit about Repossession Rescue, but what are you going to be speaking about on the 10th of August?
Yeah, well, we're in turbulent financial times. Interest rates have been rising. I know some lenders have recently brought their rates back down again, but they're certainly not down at the 2% and 3% level they were at. So, we know that many people are struggling with the cost of living generally. Add to that rising rents because landlords are finding it difficult to make ends meet themselves. And it's a perfect storm for people to experience real challenges. So whether you're a homeowner or whether you're an investor, these are difficult times. And my understanding of repossessions and working with distressed debt means that I'm in a good position to help you, whether you're a landlord who needs to exit or whether you're a homeowner that needs help, and indeed to educate investors how to use distressed debt in a positive way to build your portfolio, but to do the right thing at the same time.
Okay, brilliant. And I think you've touched on it there as well, but why should people come down and listen to your talk?
I mean, in the last big financial crash, whilst a lot of people lost properties, a lot of investors were in a great position to pick up some properties, to build a portfolio, and to use all the lovely creative strategies out there that weren't in existence 10, 15 years ago. Now is the time to do that again. If you're not already doing it, you cannot be in this industry and not come across someone who's in distress, whether they're a homeowner or whether they're an investor who needs to move some property on. And I want to educate more investors how to do it safely, compliantly, and more importantly, profitably as well as in a good way.
Perfect. Well, looking forward to it. So one of the things that we want to do is we want to get to know our community members a little bit better. So we're
Sure.
going to play a game called This and That. It's
Yes.
quite simple. Give you two options. So option one could be apple. Option number two could be banana. And you just have to
Right.
say which one you prefer. And it's
Great
going to be
job.
quick fire.
I love
Ready?
a good game. I love a good game. You go for it.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Oh, interesting. Crisps or chocolate?
Chocolate.
Beatles or the Oasis?
Oh, that's a tough one. Ooh. Beatles.
Money or free time?
Free time.
Yeah, I agree with that. And finally, would you prefer to be able to fly or travel in time?
I would like to travel in time.
Brilliant. Where would you go?
I think I'd go back to 1986.
Okay.
It was a good year. There was some fab tunes around, and I was fully blonde, and relatively okay looking, and I had a blast that year.
So you'd go back to that then.
I go back to that year.
You wouldn't go forward in times then.
I might do, but but sometimes what we learn about ourselves for the future is you can rehash from your past, not in a negative way, but in a really positive way. You can learn a lot from your lessons, so that you approach those situations more intelligently next time around.
Good answer. Well, thank you for your time, Trish.
You're very, very welcome.
So guys, if you loved what Trish talked about today and you are interested in social investing, then please come and join us on Thursday, 10th of August at the Doubletree Hilton Hotel in Manchester. Alongside Trish, we'll be joined by the amazing Christy and Sue from Soulful Minds, a supported living provider. And of course, we'll be joined by the amazing finance team that can handle any of your funding and finance queries. But for now, keep being amazing, and we'll see you very soon. Bye, guys.
See you later.